Parshas Bechukotai is very well known for the bracha and the klala, the blessings that will befall Bnei Israel if they keep the Torah mitzvos, and Rachmana litzlan, God forbid, the klala, the tochacha, the terrible things that will come to Bnei Israel if they don't keep the Torah mitzvos. The Parsha begins with the words, Im Bechukotai te'elechu, if you go in my ways, is how we translate it normally. In a famous comment, Rashi states that in Bechukotai te'elechu doesn't necessarily mean that. It means something a little bit more. Rashi writes, Shetiyu amelim b'Torah, that Hashem wants Bnei Israel not just to learn Torah, but to be amel b'Torah, to work very hard in learning, to be diligent, to be fully absorbed in the study of Torah. I've long been bothered by this comment of Rashi, because anyone who's learned Torah, who's studied Torah, Chumash, Tanakh, Mishnayos, Gemara, Poskim, knows that it takes effort. Learning isn't easy. It only comes with toil, with diligence, being involved. So Rashi says that Hashem wants us to work hard in learning. Isn't it obvious? It doesn't come easily. So rather, he must be saying something else. And I want to tell you what I think he means. Rabbi Fabian Schoenfeld of blessed memory was the founding rabbi of Young Israelites of Kew Gardens Hills. He was born in Austria, and he lived during the war years in England. He was 13 or 14 years old when he was placed on the kinder transport from Austria to England. And he's told the story, and I heard it many times, but I want to share with you one point that he made. That when he got on the train as a 13-year-old boy, the only possession that he had with him was the tefillin that he received from his father for his bar mitzvah. And they were obviously very dear and very precious to him. Along the way, between Austria and England, there were stops, designated stops, where Nazi soldiers would come onto the train, and they would investigate, and they would look, and they would rummage through things. And it was a tense moment in time, and they would leave. The train would continue on their way. At one of the stops, a Nazi officer found Rabbi Schoenfeld's tefillin, took them, confiscated them, stepped off the train, and Rabbi Schoenfeld watched through the window as he saw the Nazi officer throw the tefillin into the garbage can. He was crestfallen. Obviously, he was heartbroken, but he had no choice. What's he going to do? And so the train ride continues. At some point along the way, the conductor of this train, a non-Jewish man, came over to Rabbi Schoenfeld and handed him his bag of tefillin. The tefillin bag, with the tefillin inside, was given back to him by this non-Jewish conductor. Rabbi Schoenfeld was astounded. So he asked the conductor what happened. And he said, I saw what happened. And I took him out of the garbage can. And I snuck him back on the train to give him to you. So the rabbi asked him, why would you do that? I don't understand. He could have killed you. And the conductor responded, I know. But it's the right thing to do. Sometimes things in life are hard. And sometimes things in life are right. And usually they're one and the same. If you have a choice in life between something that's harder to do, something that's easier to do, invariably, most of the time, the harder thing is the correct thing. The easy thing is the easy way out. Perhaps what Rashi is saying is that one has to work hard in learning, not only because that's what the Torah demands, but because it's the right thing to do. It's the correct way to live, to be dedicated, to be involved, to be fully absorbed as much as we can in the Torah. It is the lifeblood of our people. It is the national anthem. It is the moment of time that we waited for from Minutes of Torah till Shavuos to receive the Torah. May Hashem give us the strength and the energy and the ability to be amel b'Torah, to always do what is right, even though it may be hard. Good Shabbos. Thank you very much.